What is BRRRR? A beginner's guide to the buy, rehab, rent, refinance, repeat strategy. Are you tired of working your 9 to 5, dreaming about building wealth but unsure where to start? Imagine a strategy that lets you buy property, rehab it, rent it out, refinance for cash, and do it all over again without using your own money. Sounds like a dream, right? Well, let's make that dream a reality. Today, we're diving into one of the most powerful strategies for building long-term wealth, BRRRR. But it's not all sunshine and rainbows. Stick around to the end, because there's one key piece of this strategy that most people miss, and it could be the difference between success and failure. Trust me, you don't want to miss it. The foundation. The first step in the BRRRR strategy is to buy, but not just any property. I'm talking about finding distressed properties at a discounted price. You're not looking for that perfect move-in ready house. No, you're hunting for diamonds in the rough. Why? Because buying below market value gives you leverage, and that leverage is how you build your wealth. But here's the catch. It's not as simple as clicking buy on Zillow. You need to develop a keen eye. Can you spot a property that's undervalued but holds potential? This step is where many people fail because they don't know how to evaluate the numbers or the market. So, do your research, know your area, look for motivated sellers, and above all, buy strategically. Now you might be thinking, okay, I bought a property. Now what? Well, this is where the magic starts. Rehab. Step 2, rehab. This is where your creativity and vision come into play. You've bought the property, now it's time to roll up your sleeves and transform it into something profitable. But here's the secret. Rehab is all about value. The goal isn't to create a luxury mansion. It's about making smart, strategic upgrades that will bring you the highest return. Focus on areas that will yield the biggest bang for your buck. Kitchens, bathrooms, curb appeal, maybe even adding an extra bedroom or bathroom. Now I know what you're thinking, but I don't know how to rehab a house. Don't worry, you don't need to be a contractor to get this right. Just partner with the right team or hire skilled professionals. So, after all this work, your property is finally looking great. But how do you make sure it's making money for you, even while you're sleeping? Well, the next step is where the real passive income starts. The transformation. Step 3, rent. Now that your property is rehabbed, it's time to find tenants who will pay you monthly income. But don't just accept anyone. Remember, you're building a business, not just renting out a property. Screening tenants is critical. A good tenant means consistent income. A bad tenant? Well, that's your nightmare. Make sure you're using reliable background checks and setting clear expectations with your lease agreements. But don't get too comfortable. The next step is where most investors make their biggest mistake. And trust me, you don't want to skip this part. Refinance. Step 4, refinance. Now that you have a rehabbed, rented property, it's time to tap into its equity, money that's locked inside the property. This is where the BRRRR strategy really sets you apart from the crowd. Here's the power move. You refinance your property based on its new, higher market value after the rehab. You pull out the cash, which you can then use to fund your next property purchase. This is called cash-out refinancing. Essentially, you're getting your original investment back, and sometimes even more. However, refinances can be tricky. If you don't know what you're doing, you could end up in a cash flow nightmare. So make sure you have a solid lender, understand your loan terms, and calculate your numbers carefully. But now the real question, what do you do with this cash? Well, that brings us to the last step, and let me tell you, it's where most people stop, but it's also where the most wealth is made. The escape. Step 5, repeat. Now that you've refinanced and gotten your money back, it's time to do it all over again. You take that cash, buy your next property, rehab it, rent it, refinance, and repeat the cycle. This is where the magic happens, and where the BRRRR strategy truly starts building exponential wealth. Each time you repeat the process, you're growing your portfolio, building passive income, and increasing your net worth, all without using your own savings. Sounds like a game changer, right? However, There's one crucial thing I haven't told you yet. If you skip this one step, the whole BRRRR strategy could fall apart. So don't go anywhere, because I'm about to share the most important tip that could make or break your real estate empire. Here it is, the secret sauce. It's all about the numbers. Understanding your cash flow, ROI, and debt-to-income ratio will determine if you succeed or fail. Do not, I repeat, do not skip the financial calculations. If you don't know your numbers inside and out, you might find yourself drowning in bad investments, even with a brilliant strategy like BRRRR. Taking the time to get your finances right before you buy your next property will ensure that each step of the BRRRR process is sustainable. When you understand the math behind the strategy, you unlock the power to build wealth for life. And if you get this right, well, the possibilities are endless. You'll never look at real estate or your financial future the same way again. Now that you understand the BRRRR strategy, it's time to take action. The wealth you dream about isn't going to build itself. Start small, stay disciplined, and be strategic. Remember, it's all about finding that next opportunity, just like the next property waiting for you. Your journey starts now. Go out there, make your first move, and start building the future you deserve. Don't wait for tomorrow, because tomorrow's already here. Like this video if you're ready to start your BRRRR journey, and subscribe for more tips on how to build wealth and live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's make it happen. I'll see you in the next video.